Alright, so we are here in the morning, ready to do the same routine we do every day before we start trading. So, first thing I do, look at Forex Factory. So we had some red news at 8:30, 8:39. There's no more red news for the day, so we're good to potentially look for some trades today. So before we look for some trades, I'm gonna go and log into my accounts to show y'all that everything is still the same. I only took one trade this month. It's been a slow month so far. And there it is. You can see you can match that with the last live stream. Same drawdown, 3.35. And let's see the other accounts right here. And if we log into my other account right here, the 100K account, just showing y'all that everything is the same on the stream. You can see that, why is this not accurate right here? That's way off. Am I on the right account? I'm not even on the right account. I'm tripping. I was like, why my equity curve look like that? Um, all right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So this is my other account right here, active. Uh, I'm in 4.8 drawdown. Just staying patient. Following the rules. Only took one trade this month. It is what it is. So let's hop on these charts right here so we can see if there's like a potential opportunity. Because trading is about just you wake up, you analyze, you find a market that you're willing to put risk behind. That's all it is. Um yeah. And a lot of traders online won't show you the reality of it. They're not gonna show you long term losses. They're just gonna show you short term wins, maybe short term losses, but not the bigger picture. But let me look at USD CAD. USD CAD, notice how if you showed up to my live streams, I basically predicted this whole move, but none of that matters because I didn't catch any of this move because there was no opportunities. That's one big important thing as well. So I'm still expecting shorts because of how prices moving. Prices overall moving lower. It has the cycle. If you want to know about the cycle, I'll talk about it on my channel. I'll talk about it on my streams, but I'm gonna just look at the charts and analyze it on my pace. Okay, so 5 hour looks good, but I know on the 30 minute because I'm looking for 5 minute entries. If I look at the 30 minute, because I use multiple time frames before jumping down to the time frame I want, I can see that during this area yesterday, I was expecting when price made this break higher, I was expecting for price to make a setup lower and then continue lower. But instead, I was wrong. That's okay. You have to accept being wrong because even though I was wrong about this area, I didn't take trades. And that's really powerful. When you can be wrong and still not lose money, that's really powerful because you're saving your capital for something worth taking risk. So the reason why I wouldn't be interested in this area right now is because now we're just moving sideways. We're consolidating overall right here. Even drag it out to the left right here. We're consolidating. So what would I need? to see before looking for a trade. I would need for price to push lower because it goes with the overall trend, right? And then we could make a clean pause on the 10 and 20, just like how we're doing at the left hand side. Make a move down, pause on the 10 and 20. I look for confirmations on the 5 minute. Move down, pause on the 10 and 20, look for confirmations. So right now, it doesn't look clean. So price can easily, I say this all the time, it can do the opposite. But if it ends up doing the opposite, then there's nothing for me to do. I don't take a trade. It's simple like that. My strategy is really just simple. It's either I take a trade in a good area that that may lead to a large profit because of my management rules, or I take a quick loss, quick break even, or no trades. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. So right now I'm gonna just put this in blue because it's not quite ready. I don't even think it's gonna set up um anytime like right now during the session. Depend based on how it's moving. It's just consolidated. So it could just consolidate for the whole session. Let me see what gold is doing. Um so last week, I predicted gold, but I didn't get any trades for my funded accounts for gold. I only took one trade for a challenge account, but I don't really count. But yeah, like I said, you can predict the whole move, but there might not be an opportunity, even though it paused on the 10-20 like I expect. It wasn't looking clean in terms of what I expect. So right now we have just a restart of the cycle. I'm not trading gold because if you're trading gold right now, you're probably likely getting chopped out because of the area that it's in. Price is just in a stage one. A stage one is just basically consolidation. Price moving sideways. It's not gonna make no move, right? So what I want price to do is basically to push out of this whole range right here because it's consolidated. And we basically restart what we're doing right here, where we're pausing against the 10 and 20, and we make at least 4 to 5 of these fractal breaker structure before reflushing down. That's basically what I'm expecting. Hello, hello. So even though I'm expecting one thing, you notice how price is not doing anything. And just because price is here, just because I'm looking at a market, does not mean I need to trade it. That's what you got to understand as a trader. Trading is really boring. I've been doing this, like I had to realize this, especially when I went full time, that this is really boring. And if you're not doing anything else, it's gonna be easy to self sabotage yourself. Because yes, I wanna know request some nice large payouts and stuff like that, but I have to recognize that in order for me to request these large payouts and continue making money over time, I need to follow the process. So gold is not ready for me personally. Let me just take a look at the other markets to see the context. I can automatically tell it's not in a good context right here because we're moving sideways. The same thing like with the other pairs. So if I let me just show y'all why I'm short on this. You can just see it's self-explanatory. Price has been moving lower on this higher time frame. Even though I'm a 5 minute trader and I want to enter on the 5 minute, um, I need alignment, right? So the 5 hour looks good, but the 30 minute, look what we're doing. We've been moving sideways since yesterday, so anyone taking trades in this area is most likely getting chopped out. So this is what trading is about. I don't care about the strategy you have or anything like that. What really matters is where are you executing your trades? Are you executing in great context or poor context? Because now when you're executing in very poor context, what happens is you're taking unnecessary losses, may get some minor wins, um, but you're taking a lot more losses and break evens, and small wins and stuff like that, which is not good for your performance long term. Because now you're taking everything. Let's say you traded this move, then you're trading this move. You're gonna feel like, oh man, I'm winning. Oh, then boom, why am I getting random results in this area? Well, you're trading a different market condition. So let me see. Same thing with Euro USD. Euro USD, it was on a good run last week. Good run. You know, I caught a 13-hour trade here, but it wasn't for my funded accounts. But you can see that a market can look good one moment and then look trash the next moment. And that's why I look at multiple markets because markets, you don't just stare at one market and then expect it to always look clean every single day. There's going to be times, well, specifically for my strategy, where it's not clear for a long time, but there's going to be times where another market looks clear, better, shows that money is in there. But look at this right here. Basically doing the same thing with the other assets. We're just moving sideways, not doing anything significant. You can see that I drew out. I wanted price to break out of this area. That doesn't mean that I was specifically waiting right here at this moment for it to break out. No, I just wanted this move before I start watching price because the likely move for price to do is this. My path to that likely move is for it to just chop around until it can probably just re-break out of this range. Maybe create something like at the top right here as it's trying to break this overall high. But yeah, that's what I expect. Ew, like this market condition just looks trash. Took out my screenshot too. Market condition just looks trash. Like I don't sit here trying to force anything. Nothing. Like look at the context right here. Like the overall, we're moving lower, moving bearish. I can expect lows to get taken out, like these lows, and stuff like that. Um, 5 hour, we're moving good. We're pausing at the 10 and 20, moving lower, pausing, and even though it's pausing at that 10 and 20, I still got to look at this validation time frame. And look what we're doing. This multi time frame analysis saves me a lot of the times from getting into brag price action because in order to even go in the lower time frame, the other time frames need to look clear before I even jump down. Look at this, we're just moving sideways. Last time I thought price looked clear was probably like it was in this area right here. You know, like I was waiting for price to make a nice breakdown. We make a nice clean pause in the 10 and 20 and setup. But this was past the time when this created this setup right here, so I didn't take it. No, nothing, you know, nothing to do. It's nothing more, nothing less. But based on this price action, like what I want price to do is break out of this area, kind of setup along the 10 and 20 with the confirmations. But price is most likely gonna maybe just chop around before making that move lower because of the price action it's doing right now. See, so maybe you're a person that's trading the range and you're trading like the resistance on the top and stuff like that. Doesn't matter what you do. It's about trading whatever system you have. Just trade the market condition that goes with it. So me personally, I'm not trading this market condition because it's moving sideways. But if you have a strategy that goes with it, you know, trade it. Let me look at Bitcoin real quick. What is Bitcoin telling me? Bitcoin is telling me not to do anything because if I go on this lower time frame, on this daily time frame, it's showing me bearish short-term lens. I know Bitcoin is overall bullish either way, but on the daily, let me even look at the weekly for better context. Like the weekly, we could see a clear story on the weekly that we're still overall bullish, and that's why like I've been on the sidelines because if this wanted to continue lower for bearish price action, it would have showed clean bearish price action, especially on the daily. But we're just chopping around. Like we're not like we have clash of time frames basically. We're not really making good moves. Like even if you look right here in this area, we're not really doing anything significantly that's showing us, oh, price wants to go higher or price wants to go lower. So in that case, I would just ignore price, right? You gotta learn to ignore price action. That's mostly everything on my watch list. Let me take a look at US 30 or something, see if it made some type of move that I could take a look at. Let's see US 30. Let's see what is the higher time frame telling me? US 30, the higher time frame for now is telling me bearish price action, right? But I can automatically tell the lower time frames, 5 minutes not clear for me to look for trades because we have clash of time frames. So if we go into 30-minute, right? The 30-minute is clashing with time frames. The 30-minute is showing me bullish price action. Meanwhile, I want to get involved in bearish price action because of what the higher time frame is telling me. Um, yeah. So what do? I stay out of this market because it's not showing me clarity. Simple like that. And so most likely the stocks aren't going to be looking clean because US 30 like if I look at this I could automatically tell like no we have a clash of time frames just like on US 30. If I could get this, so there we go. See, we're moving higher when I want basically short term the bearish price action basically. So yeah, I analyzed all of the markets right here. Let me just take a look at the sentiment viewer right here. So just take a scan at all the other markets, see what I can analyze it. I'm gonna analyze a few more pairs. If nothing else looks clean, I'm gonna just end the stream, hop off, and just show up tomorrow because there's nothing that looks clear for me. So I know the stocks aren't looking clean right now. That's bearish. Daily is showing overall bearish, but the intraday is showing us bullish. So probably don't want to look at that market. I'm just using this as a tool. I don't use this to decide whether I'm trading, but it's just using it as a tool to find markets quicker. Um, that's 40, 61, 85, 45, 61, 42. Yeah, it is just nothing to do. Yep. Because if I was assuming a move to happen, so this is how I decide whether I want to trade or not. So if I was assuming a move to happen, like example gold, I'll need like a huge push out of this range. But at the same time, because of the context of this range, it could easily spend the next session consolidating. So those are like signs to me to like hop off. Same thing with this one, USD CAD. Even though I want to move out of this to break down, right? It could easily spend a like this the rest of the session consolidating or just breaking higher. Same thing with this. It's been consolidating for a while. It could spend the whole session consolidating. So I'm gonna hop off the charts right now. I know it was a very short session. It's probably one of my shortest live streams, only because like look at this. It's no clarity. I don't want to trade it. I'll show it tomorrow. I'll show y'all my accounts to show y'all I didn't trade off stream because I could tell you, oh, I'm not gonna trade, but it still takes discipline not to trade off stream. And that's why I show y'all the accounts every single stream. But yeah.